I was so worried that he was, because as soon as he said we've got 2 stars, I thought this is going to end badly. Like
This is the
going to be a
nicest
setup.
throw we've had, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's the level of friendship that's going on here at the in the talent group. You know, just always worried, always.
In the back of my head too, I was just like, he definitely knows my name. Definitely knows who I am.
Oh god, Navi and SK in a best of 3. Second map is coming up now here for LTV StarSeries I-League, and it's yeah, it's just been a crazy first map. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of talk going around all the drama that was going on in that one for a little bit, but we can't really dwell on it now because we have to go into Inferno. Who's going to win this one, Moses?
SK.
Ooh, siding with your boy Chad, who was on that train.
Yeah, I'm all about that. I mean, I just think SK just has so many. One of like the biggest things that I always look for in like a team and like when I predict teams is like how do they like the win conditions, which is always a fun topic. And SK just has so many different ways they can win this game, whether it's individual effort and the tactics you see there. An immediate double nade towards the top of Banana. Now it doesn't actually catch anyone pushing out. But it does great damage to Zeus and Edward, and if it had caught someone, obviously they just continue to rush B and just win the round. So just little innovations that they're giving themselves an opportunity to find some opening kills, find entrances into sight. Taco's been brought down with a return nade and some damage. He's down to 6 HP, but this is a solid pistol round so far.
Can tell the pressure that they're putting on Simple, just, you know, grenades and the Molotov, like all the time making it hard for him to try and just like find that one click, and that smoke means he's going to have really just a couple of chances here. He's playing right at the edge of it. Oh, shooting him in the back, and Simple missing a lot of bullets. He does a little bit of damage, but they're right on top. That's an incredible shot, taking down Cold Sierra, hiding in the back right next to his almost fallen teammate, and Edward, who's very low on health, and he's going to get dropped as well. So a 2-for-1 trade, and at the bottom of Banana, still hiding is Taco. If he picks up even one person here, that's going to give them all the information. Even if he gets none of them, just knowing that the last 2 are coming from that direction. And there it is. Now they know where the last 2 CTs are. 2 versus 3 now, 1 versus 3. As Zeus goes down, Flamey. At this point, you almost have to run and gun. If you want to fight this, then you just have to be really quick.
Yeah, his only other option at this point is just to bail out and have the light armor for the next round and save some money on the investment that he can make. And I think that's what he's going to plan on doing. Nice pistol round from SK, swarming into that site, wrapping around as well. And even, I don't think Fallen ever saw Edward going towards new box, but making sure to double clear it. Probably because, it might even be because, you know, Simple, it's awkward. He goes out in the open and he has to fight. He's trying to make a play, trying to save that pistol round. And I think when he retreats to triple box, or the new box, he kind of like, when he evacuates it, Fallen's just like, why would you leave that cover? And he goes and checks it. That could be the process that goes through his head. But either way, very good win for SK.
You see how tricky it is for Simple. I mean, he obviously hit that one great shot midair, but the people who are coming in towards construction, they're just sort of like bouncing in, and he can't like find the hedge. I think if they just run instead of jump, then he probably picks them up.
Part of the problem, though, is like, it's just kind of the style he brings out when he gets aggressive from coffins. Like he goes to make the play around that smoke and just gets caught by a flashbang and completely blinded. You can stay at coffins, and with your teammate Edward, you can try and you set up a crossfire of some sort. Now it might not have worked because they were actually going to wrap around through construction, but I guess it's just like the difference in mindset of what kind of a play you're looking to make depending on what kind of player you are. And Simple obviously can get away with so many different things.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why he's got the fan base that he does. Zeus and Electronic, crossfire. That's the bomb actually down for a minute just for running him down. Electronic is still on top, and he's got a kill and has managed to make the Mac 10 work against Fallen right there. That's actually impressive, and now it's a 2-on-4. The bomb is in their control, but they're trying to see if they can push with the smoke. 3 people waiting on the other side. That was never going to work out. What a big turnaround for Na'Vi very early on. That's gonna be some celebration. They needed badly, Moses.
Yeah, they needed something. They made the point of the desk that maybe Na'Vi doesn't come back if they go down like 0-5 or something along those lines. And a great stop there, a great turnaround. Phenomenal play from Electronic, obviously with the CZ and then the Mac 10. And obviously controlling that portion of the map and that portion of the bomb site kind of prevents SK from planting. If they want to plant the bomb, I mean, they can get it down inside the bomb site, but then they're trapped in there, and there's really no chance. So they went for the play that gave them the highest likelihood of actually winning the round rather than taking the, I guess, the glass half full, get the plant, and then just eventually lose.
Yeah.
They wanted it all. The entire cheeseburger, Anders.
I prefer George Bush's half glass full metaphor. You know, it's my favorite. The triple deagle. P250 on Fallen and an AK-47 on Firm. See what they could do with it. Plenty of opportunities to put that AK into use. Na'Vi seem to be a little bit forward, at least on Banana. They sort of keep checking out that one jump. He is dangerous, even if it's a short one. Can still get picked off.
He's just looking for some information. He's trying to get a timing of when they start pressuring Banana. You can see as soon as he sees one person, he falls away. I'm going to boost up Edward over there. AK really hasn't gotten into the action quite yet, which is a bit surprising they haven't been more aggressive at probing, especially considering they only have one player with utility that's fallen. He's got Flash, Smoke, and Molotov. They're going to readjust towards mid. Taco at the end of halls.
That's an annoying smoke.
That's an annoying Molotov.
Even more so. It actually isolates Fur from the rest of the team. That pillar just took the whole grenade. That's very good. Otherwise, that could have been a little bit unfortunate. It's Fur opening up, getting the one kill. Now they're trying to see if they can make their push through. Electronic forced out. Another Molotov is in there. Bolts does go down, and they're running out of time here. 10 seconds. Oh no, and the bomb is down. That's a huge problem. Even in the 2v3, they need to find these kills quick, simple, tapping away, getting Cold Sierra, and they can't plant the bomb. Oh my god, that's really upsetting. Triple kill for Zeus. I mean, that's a heroic play from him, but looked like SK had that.
And look at the HP on the remaining players. They were both red. I think Zeus was like at 6, and I think Simple was at like 13. So such a narrow margin of a victory and losing. And but with that AK-47 and the damage they've done, SK is going to reinvest here. They kind of, I don't know if bait is the right word, but they do kind of get lured into wanting to continue to fight for economic control here. And it's a double op setup for Flamey and Simple. I don't think they're expecting this kind of a buy in the round. So this is going to be dangerous for SK. They could get caught in this in an awkward buying cycle.
Yeah, risking a lot of the early economy. Flamey somehow seeing that against Fur. That's actually pretty impressive. Fallen has to pick up the mantle of the AK-47. And a good lockdown in the beginning. If they can get up to like 8 rounds before SK can start to really do a lot, that would be super interesting. Of course, they need the round loss bonus, and they also need bomb plants. Those are really critical things.
Nice. Bolts peaks a little bit before the flashbang, and Simple's able to get away. Here's kind of a one obstacle that SK is going to have is if they lose this and they get too many players picked off by the AWPs without returning kills, and as I say that, Taco gets one on the AWP. But Na'Vi can really build up a lot of money on the CT side to sustain losses, and that's kind of what you don't want with how difficult it can be to get rounds on the T side. If the CT side continually has enough money to buy moving forward, oh god, Taco. 2 great shots. He's ended 2 players, and all of a sudden it's Electronic all alone at this bomb site. He's going to work his way over towards Graveyard. He's got to find that kill on Cold, but he can't do it. And it looks like SK somehow is going to find a way to respond into this one. Simple with the op. Has to try and find a way to get aggressive.
This is just a weird round. Taco sneaking in. Fallen burning to the Molotov. Edward getting that one. I'm not sure why he couldn't get out at all. Probably a little bit worried that someone was waiting for him on the other side, but seems like there should have been space for it. Bomb is still ticking away. There's a kit, I think, on the floor right there, so maybe they can go pick that one up, but they need to move quick. There's a kill from Simple. Diffuse kit, still not picked up. They're simply running out of time. Simple's going to pick that one up, and he's got the kit. Are they already on it? I believe they are. I think Edward just has it. Going to be the last couple of seconds, but it will work out. Incredible retake, incredible AWPing from Simple. Really, really important. I would have. The last couple of rounds have just been completely unpredictable to me. It seems like they should have lost that round, really, in spite of the Molotov kill.
Yeah, that's wild. Great shot from Taco there onto Flamey. And this was beautiful as well. Zeus was turned for a flashbang. I think he was just recovering from being blind when he gets taken down. 3-1, and SK's had a couple close calls, but not able to kind of convert it, and they're going to go for another investment into this round. This is only a half buy, though, as the losing bonus builds up. That plant's going to help them picking up armor, some light pistols, and they found ways to get into the site, and the good thing is they kept the money from Na'Vi low. Simple's still going to have the op, but important to note as well, towards the end of that round, you could see Na'Vi players after the defuse hunting for that second op, and they never found it. Well, they did find it, but they couldn't recover it in time. So it's going to be just the one op setup.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I do think it's risky with double op on CT side Inferno. It is great if you can get. It's such a good feeling when you can just lock it down, and every battle is against an AWP, and your side wins it all the time. It does carry some inherent risk. If you have to retake, is the most obvious one, you suppose. Pushing down towards the bottom of Banana. We used to see this all the time on the old version of Inferno, but now it's less popular, and people stay there for a short amount of time, I've noticed. That's a nice long-range shot with the CC. He does see a lot of people, though. A little bit of spray in as the bomb does get dropped in front. Drive-by from Fur. And Electronic in the pit. We usually talk about him being a really strong pit player, but last couple of rounds he's been surprised, and that Molotov is really great against him. And now we're at another 2 versus 2. This is just a completely unpredictable game right now.
Yeah, Navi's really struggling to control brackets. SK's been able to get up and find a kill and find success there pretty frequently. Fallen hasn't been able to recover a weapon. And you have coldzera with an M4 in the pit. This is huge. They could reset the economy right here. They could just shut this down. Molotov this time is not going to burn one of the players. And Fallen just peeking for some information, takes some damage, picks up an M4, and there's a great kill from Cold, and that should pretty much seal it. Edward hasn't recovered a kit either, and they're just toying with him now. He can't even get on the bomb, and there's no chance he gets away. They're going to hunt him down, and coldzera ends it. Double kill for him from the pit, and he's going to get native EP out of it. And now another timeout.
That looks to me like Electronic trying to explain the kind of problem that he keeps running into. Because I say he hasn't been having a good time in the pit, but it's really also because usually every other position has fallen at that point. So he ends up being alone in the pit really quickly. With
multiple targets. And the thing is, that time he just got gamed by Fallen. Fallen goes for the peek on top of that hay card and just kind of shows himself and doesn't take the initial fight, and he just gets kind of forced out of cover and into the open, and that's when it's like Fallen can peek at him. He's got a player in the halls that can peek at him, and he's got coldzera coming from Rapside who can peek at him. So just really, really tough decisions to make.
This style from SK almost feels like the sort of style that the French used to sort of use, where they say, just for the first 5 or 6 rounds of every game, we're just going to buy and keep putting on the pressure, because if it works, we're going to crack their economy, and then we're going to be back into it.
No, but the only reason it works is because look at this. They didn't win round. They lost 3 rounds in a row, and SK just kept getting so many kills each time and getting it close that they knew as soon as they win one, they reset the economy. At a certain point, like if Na'Vi were to win some of those rounds with all 5 players surviving or 4 players surviving, SK just has to take the save, because at that point, you're getting into the cycle where they're making money and you're just spending all yours on buys that don't have enough firepower behind them. So the fact that they were getting plants and getting into the bomb sites, getting 3 to 4 kills was huge. And SK's that kind of team as well, where they noticed they were having success getting up mid and getting in towards the A bomb site, that they're just like, we're just going to keep applying pressure here until it really hurts, until something breaks.
Yeah. Put on the thumb screws and all of that.
Bringing it to a dark place, I see.
It's what we do, Moses. Electronic sneaking in, could get a surprise kill. Doubt it'll be more than 1. In fact, Fur is going to be wise to that. So picking him up. Now 2 people left on the A-bomb site itself. And SK are really taking this one slowly. And no reason why not. They've slowly brought themselves back in the game. It would be silly to throw it away, too soon. Just gotta start to build that economy from the ground up. 2 more kills to equalize it and make it 3-3. Good flashbang, actually. Catches Edward in that position. Not bad at all.
No, not whatsoever. What kind of money are we working with in the Na'Vi side? It's not great. And I think they've got to save 1 more. That was a really, really harsh reset.
Go for the 5 HEs. It never really works, but I just want to see it anyway. Please, Na'Vi.
It works once in a while.
Yeah, once in 1,000 wilds.
Well, they go for 1 HE and a smoke on Edward. Upgraded pistols as well. Here it is. Here's the push. The nade is out, and that's kind of the signal. You can see bolts immediately turn around. Ooh, and Fallen spots the hip of Zoo, so they can't find the kill, but informs his teammates, and now Simple's turn to get aggressive behind the car over towards B, and he's taken down. Fur is aware of what's coming next, but can't win the fight. No chance that Electronic salvages that weapon, and you could see SK really not committing anywhere. Still being spread across the map, although coldzera, it's a bit risky for him to be alone with the bomb.
Yeah, just, you don't want to have to spend the time to go and get it and fight for it up at the apartments and all of that, so probably Probably best to go and help him out.
Yeah, and if they lose the bomb, obviously that means someone from Na'Vi gets an AK-47 as well, and then you never know what can happen.
If all regroup, then looks like they're going to end up in the A bomb side, which would be a perfect choice at this point. Bit of a double or a little bit of boost and a double stack over towards the B bomb site. There's no way to criticize any of this. I mean, if you're Na'Vi, just rolling the dice and hoping that they show up where you've set up. It's going to bring them in a one-round lead here, SK Gaming, 4-3. That must feel pretty good. I mean, I think when they were reset early on after winning the pistol,
yeah,
that must have felt like a sort of a dark place. So now they're back out again.
The question, I'm just going to see what SK calls in this next round. If they call anything out of spawn, or if they're going to do a kind of a default and figure things out first, because Na'Vi got that double op set up as fast as humanly possible. And if SK kind of says in their head, you know, that's the go-to strategy for Na'Vi, they'll likely have it in the next round due to 2 saves in a row. Then they could kind of adjust their tactic based off that. So we'll see. Maybe it's something that's like, you know, do something fast, get into a bomb site, make them retake. But Na'Vi's going for the single AWP that's on simple.
Eighth round now coming up. And simple with the AWP. I mean, that's what we keep saying. Maybe that's the way for Na'Vi to get back in. Like, that seems to be the case in a lot of these games, which is both, I suppose, one of the strengths, but it's also one of the things that continuously worries most of the analysts, is that you're just relying on like one guy to have really, really good rounds. Maybe that might not always work out. Good flashbang, but Edward doesn't want to re-peek, and I don't really blame him for it. No way for him to know if there's one person that's unflashed down there.
He's trying to grab some info. SK was hugging the wall. Ooh, Simple gets tagged up. I think is that by an HE as long as the Molotov, or was that a tag with the AWP? Either way, he's down to 46 HP. And banana control for SK without too much of a fuss. They don't have to spend a whole lot of utility and don't lose any players. So, victory for SK in that regard.
Yeah, they're enjoying that part of it. So here's the issue, right? Right now we've been pushed all the way into B-bomb side, and they can't really change that, but the people over at the A side aren't making any plays to get any information, so now they just don't know anything about what's going on.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Great pick by Simple. Bolt's trying to peer into that B-bomb site, and look at this. SK fall right back at him. They're like, all right, fine, you have the up there. I think part of it, the A-bomb site, is you saw Electronic kind of getting very talkative during that timeout, maybe just saying, can we not die? Like, but I imagine that's what he was saying, is like, can we just, please, at this A-bomb site, stay alive? Here comes the hit onto the B site. Simple's flashed back off Coffin, so he's neutralized for the moment, but he's aware. This happened on Pistol Round as well, and he's ready for it. Great shot onto Taco. Edward, though, can get nothing done from the boost, and Simple surely has to go passive, but he's already committed.
3 versus 3. Retaking is definitely not going to be easy, especially with Fur pushed up now. They've got a great crossfire. If they cross this point, Fallen's going to take the first shot, and then Fur is going to follow it up with the AK spray. Actually, ooh.
Oh, no.
Is he trying to bait them in to the Fallen shot? It almost felt like it, but Electronic's going to get that one. Fallen will get the return, so still a 2-on-2. And Zeus now making his way towards the site. They don't currently have a kit picked up. They need that. The grenade is not going to be killing Fallen. They want to back away, and that could have ended very badly. Still, round is lost, 5-3. And yeah, a little bit shocked that I don't understand why Edward. I don't mind the position, but spraying that far to the left towards yellow. I mean, you were going to be very open to anyone coming from the other side, right?
Yes.
Even if they weren't in the box.
I really like the read from Simple that they were going to wrap around the site. Now, that could also partially be because he was trusting Edward to be able to make sure no one could wrap around him that quickly, but the knowledge and the awareness to kind of keep your crosshair there and not kind of fall asleep at the wheel, so to speak. 3-5, and Navi's got to figure it out quick.
You could definitely see the talking back and forth. Zeus really, really trying to figure it out, but SK just look very comfortable on this map right now. They're just sort of, rolling back and forth.
Yeah.
They're not under any kind of crazy pressure. I mean, remember when we saw Hellraisers play this map earlier? And, they were sort of really aggressive down the middle and fighting, and there was like a lot going on in general.
Yep.
For when they were playing the CT side. Whereas for Na'Vi right now, they are just playing very passively, and SK could do almost whatever they want.
No, yeah, and all things considered, part of the reason why they probably feel comfortable is even with losing the second round after winning the pistol, like they've they've started their game plan out perfectly. Like, they've had success towards the A bomb site, so even with just pistols, they've kind of gotten in and got the bomb planted and eventually kind of broken the economy and won that. So you have a Na'Vi team who hasn't been able to hold A, and now you have a B bomb site. You've had success taking control of Banana as well against Simple's AWP. So you've got to feel pretty comfortable that you have some good things going for you on this T side already in this game. Fur and Cold Zera to clear out halls together. Fur's going to be not waiting, or he is waiting. Oh, there's the peek. He knows they're there. There's the other peek from the side, and that's great from Na'Vi. Not as coordinated as you perhaps would have liked, but still a lot of danger. Still not an easy hold to make. Fallen's going to follow it up. Taco's on the wrap side.
Su's made his way all the way out. They have to assume that he would have fallen back with the rifle. Fallen's up there, scoped. Looking right in. The smoke is going to fade just as Zeus makes his way out into the middle. Long range spray against Bolts, who probably should have been dead by now. Simple close range with the Deagle. Somehow doesn't get that headshot on Taco. Na'Vi setting up this round so beautifully, but now they actually have to find a way to close it out as well. And Fallen comes in with a ridiculous shot through the floor of the balcony to take down Flamey. Jumping on top, and that's the bomb down. Electronic almost gets Taco, but Bolts is going to be there to pick up the bomb, steal a little bit of health off of Edward. Taco to close it out with 4 health and a triple kill while flashed. Yeah, just nothing going Navi's way, is it? No, that's... But you have to say, you said it perfectly. Navi set that up beautifully. And just, I mean, Zeus misses a kill that he probably should have had on Bolts, who wasn't ready for it. Taco, that kill onto Simple as well. Is that the frustration? Is that the symptoms we're seeing of sort of a team that's starting to just feel a bit heavy? It's late, obviously, and they had that loss on the first map. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. It could be. It's a rare miss from Fallen. He's going to keep challenging. This is the duel we wanted. Here's a nade over, and Simple's just going to give it up. Doesn't even want to risk it whatsoever. That's nice. Oh, and oh my God. Fallen almost grabs him. He continues the pressure. It's a couple shots out of Fallen I could have sworn would have hit. And Simple still being aggressive himself around that smoke. That's so much of pressure applied. Simple has no utility. Edwards only got 1 smoke at that B bomb site. I think that was an HE thrown from Edward. I mean, inside the bomb site that landed on them when they were up by that car. So that's why Taco and the Fallen are a bit low. It's not bad. Not a bad thing to memorize if you're ever playing that position. Under a minute in the 10th round. With a 6-3 scoreline. Na'Vi need to get back into this game somehow. It's kind of now or never. That's that other Molotov we were talking about that gets thrown from basically second mid to force out anyone who's playing there. You can see SK are just really, really well versed in playing this T side. Just doing a great job at the moment. Again, they forced him back. But Simple is the most forward player in terms of information almost. Oh, Flamey's getting there now as well. He's pushed up towards the lane. He's going to not be able to find Taco. Taco somehow wins that battle, and now the hit is on. They're both pushed inside the bomb site. This is not how you want to defend A at all. Electronic and Zeus get a couple of great kills with just 15 seconds. Zeus picking up 1 more. They should have been locked in here, but somehow they're still alive. 9 seconds. Simple trying to see if he can stop Fur from getting in there, and Electronic cleans all of it up with a triple. That is very odd. It's another one of those rounds where when they're all coming in from every single angle like that, it should be nearly impossible. Yeah, double site setup on the CT side can get very, very sticky very quickly, but they handled it well. Some very nice shots, obviously. It's not going to work every single time, but it's a good way to mix things up. They've seen Electronic and Pit quite frequently in this half already so far. They've shown they know how to flush him out, so maybe just wanting to change that up. Show SK they're willing to play that style. Double up setup is still on board as well. Fallen wants to take that fight with Simple again, hoping he peeks the car, but it's not going to happen. And Cold and Taco and Fur going to take control of A halls for this T side. Not discovering anyone yet. Flashbang in, Electronic peeking right behind it, and that can't even be any better than that. Couldn't see anything at all, Moses. No, not. Just put to sleep. Burns their eyes out. That's a really nice work by Electronic and Zeus. They knew where their flashbang came from, though. Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of assume someone's in Graveyard just by how effective that pop flash was. That Molotov, it might force the issue because Fur's burning. 44 HP, Electronic almost gets caught.
trying to stay alive, but a good peek from Zeus to bail his buddy out. And he can just delay here all day long. Nade's going to go in, but that's not even going to get close to killing him. Double nade towards lane as well, and it's beautiful. Electronic and Zeus have just single-handed, or I guess the two of them combined have won this round for Na'Vi.
This is a great comeback right now. Na'Vi, I thought it looked to me like they were just had no answers at all to what SK were doing.
Yeah.
Picking up a couple here and there, the aggressive push into apartments with the flashbang behind. I do love the fact that they guessed where it was from. That was pretty cool. Overall, good job, Electronic. Back-to-back triple kills, I believe. Starting to step it up. And the defense looking slightly better now than it was. Even better. No bomb plants for SK and low on money. They get some, but...
Yeah, but if you're Na'Vi, you've lost these rounds and you've taken a lot of damage to these rounds. So you have to still be paying attention. Looks like it's going to be more aggressive hit towards the A bomb site, and Flamey backs up just at the right moment. Molotov out towards mid is going to delay just a little bit longer. There was a timing there where that SK could have hit. That would have been very deadly as Zeus was playing over at the B bomb site. It was a triple stack to start at Banana, just so Edward and Simple could establish deep control. Here comes Wallace, smokes towards A. Electronic turned around for a flashbang. Flamey with the op gets that first kill. He's whittled him down and he slowed this hit down, but Taco with the immediate trade. Now Zeus in the bomb site going to be tough to clear out. Eventually it does happen. Electronic is the last one left. He drops into the pit and can't find bolts.
The bomb is up there though. That's really, really annoying, but somehow Edward doesn't pick up that kill. You would have thought every single time, and Fallen to take down Simple. I'm just continuously so confused about who's winning these rounds. I think there was one big mistake in that round. Zeus has the first kill as they come around the corner after Flamey goes down. And he's fighting them for a long time. And Electronic just isn't really in that fight. And I'm not sure it's because he's worried about someone else coming out of apartments. But it sort of felt like he had to do something then. Because otherwise, you see he was going to be alone right afterwards. I felt like he was a little bit too passive for too long, maybe.
Could be. I mean, that's also kind of a... possibly also an impact of just being so isolated at different times and just getting beaten up in that pit. So you're always kind of cautious. It's always in the back of your mind of someone from SK popping out there. But yeah, at a certain point, you have to give it up and just get in the fight to help your teammate.
Flash is in. And Zeus will still get the kill on Bolts there. Looked like the flash actually landed somewhere behind Bolts. Still a 4 versus 5, obviously, is Fur trying to see if he could find something over at the arch side. They pick up that AK-47. Zeus challenging with it right afterwards. That could be dangerous if they end up losing it. Did he spot out Taco? I'm not sure.
This real battle... Oh, that's nice killing a Simple. The real battle is Fur and CT Spawn. He hears all this information. Edward's rotating over. Fallen gets a kill. Flamey's found a good spot. Actually, no, he didn't hear Edward. Edward gets a free kill on a Cold Zero. Fur needs to be able to respond to this, and he does. Fallen's taken out Flamey, and that's the site loss. Some creative battles across the map, but regardless, it's going to pan out. Zeus now in a 1 versus 3, has the AK-47, is hoping for just a lucky little one-tap on Fallen, but Taco has a different idea.
He survived that Deagle battle, which is... That did not look like it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Some wild spinning of the mouse and jumping in the air, somehow dodged enough bullets to get the kill. So that would... if that doesn't happen, it's a 2-on-2 with Zeus sort of, getting there. Maybe
chance to bring it back.
Could have worked out, even if he goes down right afterwards. So it's just Zeus left. But
5-8, Na'Vi have no AWP in this round, and if you remember that streak that kind of got them to this point, the 2 kills just recently was with a double op setup, and they don't have that luxury anymore. So they're going to have to do it in a different way, and the idea is aggression. That's a good smoke from Flamey because Cold Zero was pushed up and wanted to punish Zeus falling back out of Boiler.
If they can pick up these last 2 rounds, Na'Vi, it's actually a really good first half. If they can make this 8-7, I feel like they've done good.
That's going to be a tall ask. Here's the crazy part is SK is so comfortable with the way they've been able to take Banana on the T side is that now they're only sending like Bolts and Fur, and it's really just Bolts with Fur throwing flashbangs for him. So they're entirely comfortable to just take Banana with 2 players, which allows them to apply pressure over towards A while they get that kind of control.
Fallen spotting it out, not really seeing anyone here by Arch. They're again all setting up for it. Electronic down in pit, Zeus and Flamey on the other side. Which means again he's very much alone. Flamey goes down. And that's going to signal the push now. They're starting to wrap around towards CT spawn. The bomb's still waiting. They want a little bit more SK before they make up their mind. And they still have about 38 seconds. This is so patient. It's got to be very annoying for Na'Vi to deal with, because with 30 seconds and already one opening kill by Arch, you'd think they'd made up their mind. Zeus catching for way out in the open, but he's got to be really careful. Coldzera's ground to a halt for a minute. 20 seconds now, and they're going back towards the A-bomb site. Somehow Electronic once again is alone. He needs backup really badly right now. They don't have a Molotov. Oh, they actually just put it down at his feet, and he's out in the open, still getting the double kill. That is a great defense being put up here as he finally does go down, but there's no time for the plant. They can't actually get that in time. They're trying, but Na'Vi are going to win the round 6-8. That was... just as I looked, they threw the Molotov, so I thought they had none, but...
Yeah, I can't believe he got a second kill out of that. I guess Fallen was just kind of surprised that he had stayed in the flames so much. Electronics got 17 kills and 11 deaths. Na'Vi would really be hurting without his performance in this game. Very fortunate to have him as their pit player at the moment, despite some of the struggles that he's had and despite some of the situations he's been in. Really nice performance from the young guy.
And I always bang on about how Edwards, a champion at playing Inferno, and that's his home base. And I think we even had the stats to back it up last time, but he's actually not having a very good game. He's really struggling at the moment. 15th round is coming in here, and it looks like SK want to again just clear out top banana.
In Edwards' defense, they've had to retake the A-bomb site quite frequently.
That is true.
And that's not always easy to do. Although we've also seen him have a couple tough rounds over at B. Again, banana control goes for SK and smokes towards top mid. That's Edward trying to get some information and not expecting Bolts and Taco reverse boosted over that broken wall. Edward thought the smoke would protect him, and it didn't.
Yeah, he put a lot of utility into that, Edward. I think he had, some more grenades following up from the smoke. Zeus checking out, making sure no one's coming through that one. But they have managed to push them back from the brackets as well. And now 50 seconds here. Weaponry is not really that great on either side. I mean, also lacking a little bit. They just threw a Molotov in there. Zeus goes to Occupied, then the HE follows. I'd be mad.
I think this time it really is going to be a split towards the B bomb site. Zeus peeks out and Fur immediately with the CZ. Quick headshot, and yeah, Flamey's going to push up and try and get some information. Surely Bolts takes him down, and indeed he does with a 1D. Simple, trying to rotate over towards A, gets caught by the spawn players. This will be a 9th round for SK. Electronic in a 1 versus 5. No kit as well, so even if he were to get all 5 kills, it would have to happen very quickly.
It almost feels like they baited Zeus to go and occupy in that corner. But it just felt like they were so sure that he was going to be there. Very well done. 9-6 in favor of SK Gaming. Definitely a respectable first half. I feel like it could have been even worse for Na'Vi. I feel like they had some rounds there where it was looking tricky. There were like 5 or 6 rounds out of the 15 here, yeah, where for the last sort of 10 seconds of them, I just had no idea what was happening. Like it just seemed like just an absolute chaotic fight, and then a team won, and it didn't look like they were going to win. And then
there were a couple where like you looked at the minimap and it's like, oh, Na'Vi has about all the advantages in this round, and then they just lost everything.
Very strange. Second half coming up, Moses. What's your favorite pistol strat on T side for this map?
Ooh. I really like Hall's plays on T pistol.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just because you have that luxury of like sometimes teams like to play retake on A. And sometimes it just gets easy if you jump out of Halls and there's no one there and you're like, all right, cool. Flamey's going to investigate top banana, and he might not like what he finds. Fallen's here, Fur's here, and Coldzera's right behind this broken wall with a CZ.
I'm shocked that they didn't put a flashbang into it. Electronic had one. Fur and Fallen going to take 2 kills in return, and that puts an end to that adventure. Instead, they're going to try and rotate quickly back towards the A-bomb site. There's only 2 people here, so it might be a favorable fight for a little while, but they've got to move quickly if they really want to do this. There's a deep grenade in. Bolt's missing the first opportunity. And playing down towards the graveyard instead is Taco, all the way in the pit now. Bolt's taking one as Edward tries to make the jump up. There's one more headshot. Bolt's with all 3 at the end. just making it look a bit too easy, isn't he?
Yeah, they were frozen by Taco. They knew he was in the pit, but they were waiting for him to peek that whole time, and Taco just never had to because Bolts killed everybody. Great round from him. And it's tough because once you lose those 2 players at top banana, if you're Na'Vi, your only option is just to hit A in a 3-on-2. Like, it really is, because you just say, okay, so they're split 2 at each bomb site, and we either have a smoke to run through here or we just book it back towards A and make it happen. And fortunately, SK saw it coming. 5 CZs, but no real utility. Smoke on Flamey, flashbang on electronic.
Na'Vi need a very creative CT side, I think. It's not going to be easy. Down economically early on. Obviously, the C-set win here, if they could get that, it would give them a big boost in the right direction. That's kind of what happened when they were playing on the CT side, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities. But SK are playing defensively and in a reasonable way in this sort of situations. Like, it can be a little bit annoying if you want the information, but if you're playing with a better weaponry like this, you really don't. You're fine with playing defensively.
Cold Zero with an SMG playing in the closet, and then Bolts with a FAMAS. He's playing there at range, so he can help support Cold Zero. Oh, this should be a peek with that. It is. Simple wasn't blind, but he can't get the kill. A good trade, but Cold Zero at least gets some information. And Bolts with that FAMAS can pivot, essentially, and have a long-range fight no matter where he's looking. Navi's going to encroach up lane, up halls, and Bolt's caught out in the open. Now it's all on Taco. This is not going to be easy for him. An easy headshot, or a nice headshot on Edward, and a blind Flamey gets taken down as well. And there's Fallen with the flashbang and the 1 kill onto Zeus just in the right moment.
Good defense, denying the bomb plant, denying them that $800 bonus. And now getting closer to doubling the round score of Na'Vi is SK. And obviously they can expect a round like this one where it's just, you know, pistols, Glocks, and no armor. So someone's going to be having a good time. They lost all the SMGs, didn't they? Oh, the UMP from Cold. Maybe he bought that.
It's almost, I don't know if it's an SMG. It's more of a mini rifle, we'll call it.
Mini rifle, yeah. Fair enough. But it does make the money, doesn't it? So
it does make the money.
That's what it's all about,
It's got the SMG. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
All about the Benjamins. That's an easy kill for Bolts. Yeah, no armor here, no utility, no real advantages for the Na'Vi guys, and this should be pretty quick and pretty standard for SK.
Yeah, 3-5 here.
Simple's not going to have an AWP again on the T side. No, it is the T side, so it's not like the end of the world. In fact, it might actually help them out if he doesn't have the AWP. But I feel like we were sold a lemon a little bit in this game, not being able to see Simple AWP as much as we'd like.
Yeah, I mean, we had some great moments of it, but we had some even better moments from Fallen, it seems like.
Yeah.
And I think you're right, though. I mean, I think the problem with buying the AW for Simple on a map like this is that, yeah, you could send him on a mission to, like, you know, go fight Banana or something, but there is always like a 1 in 3 chance or something that he just eats 2 grenades and is at 13 health in, you know, without even seeing anyone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even a question of whether or not he's going to hit great shots. It's more like that can just happen. So, and if you don't do that, then the other style is that he plays it super defensively, and that might not be very useful.
Style. Yeah.
Yeah. So tactical timeout called here for Na'Vi. 6-12.
I believe that's their third. So yeah, they have 1 tactical pause remaining. SK still has 3. Been breezing through this game. The only tactical pause SK took was the round where they had the force buy in the first half that eventually won them. I think it was like the 3rd one in a row.
Whoever wins this game is going to be going out, or the group.
Yep, it's going to be in the playoffs.
Exactly right. 2-1. Yeah, that's what I meant. Going out could mean, I guess, both
Getting
things.
eliminated, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're going to exit the group with a win.
Spicy play.
Yeah, you love this.
I wonder how long he sits here. Is his gun barrel exposed?
I would think that it would be, but
Oh.
but that's the other part of it. Edward does get Bolts killed, so even though it was a really good idea, Zeus denied the chase with the HE grenade. They really want to follow it up, but Taco has to go back and worry about the other side. That could have been just so cool, couldn't it?
Could have been, yeah. Fallen's here, though, as well. Edward was trying to keep Taco pinned on balcony. It's not going to happen. So 2 players at A. Fur's actually rotated over as well. 3 players here for SK. And again, it's just another kind of question of how long do they keep this. And this is what you really do like to see. This is kind of what you've talked about a number of times. Look at Fallen. He's going to get information, and Edward's brought down to 6 HP. Fur's already going back towards the B bomb site because Fallen's able to stay up at top brackets for so long. They know nobody's there. And Fallen's going to re-aggress. This is beautiful play from the SK captain, Taco, watching Furter to sneak through, but his teammate's going to get the kill. That's an easy one. And where does Na'Vi go from here? Simple, Electronic, and Zeus all pushing up mid. They're trying to find this gap in the defense. It's kind of there.
Yeah, maybe. Fallen still has an HE grenade. They were just 4 versus 3. You have to win those if you're Na'Vi. You're not going to get many of those. 14 seconds here, trying to push on. Simple with the bomb. He's going to get dropped now down in the pit. 10 seconds. They need that bomb plant. They line up in the smoke. And now standing in the fire a little bit. Taco running right on, and Zeus, there's so many targets here. He's going to get 1 headshot, but more are definitely coming. Fallen already with the triple and waiting in the pit for Fur to show up. Every second now, it's going to get worse for Zeus, and he knows it. He really, really wants to just close out this fight, so he at least has the 1 versus 1. Grenade lands in the corner, and there's Zeus going down. Fallen just playing it so well every step of the way. 4 versus 3 like that, you're not going to get that many chances to have even those rounds. So when you have those rounds, you've got to convert most of them into wins, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, you also can't really... Fallen just outplayed him so hard there with his positioning. The confidence and the mindset to re-aggress into halls when Edward kind of forced him away, that was really, really nice. He gets all that information, and then he's got a great position to gather information. Like, he can hear the running back and forth up middle. He can hear and gather that information very safely in those A halls, and he has so many different spots. He could be in boiler, he could be at the end of halls. Obviously, he got back onto balcony. Just so many. It's a position where you can make so many good decisions for your team.
Yeah, his understanding of that kind of thing almost seems, grown into his brain. It's just like instinctual.
And they just also didn't have the time, flat out, to kind of try and chase him down and clear him out of that pit. It would have been lovely if they could have. But with 15 seconds left and you're trying to make your way into the bomb site, you can't just stop and turn around. You have to get the bomb planted and kind of deal with the consequences as they are.
Hard life right now for Na'Vi. They had to buy in this round, otherwise SK just get so far ahead, but it does involve that UMP. Not the end, but the grenades are the really big problem. Taco waiting for the headshot, and does enough damage to Flamey. Oddly, nobody ever tries to spam through the rest of the hallway there, which you can do. The windows, I'm just saying, Moses. Just lots of windows.
Oh, Cold Zera. Gonna get smoked out. Dodge some bullets as well. Tough part this round is you see from that probe from Flamey and Halls is there's only 2 smokes and a flashbang on Na'Vi, so you feel like they have to win a duel somewhere, but everyone from SK is not only playing so well, but also most of the people you're dueling with are guys like Cold Zera, Fur, I mean, even Fallen and Bolts as well. There's an op from Cold Zera. Nothing to bother him, nothing in his face whatsoever. Bolts is going to drop down and make sure that his teammate is safe. Once they swing out wide, that's when Taco peeks, gets the kill, and it's just down to 1 left. And Na'Vi just getting mopped up.
The smoke that landed next to Cold Zero is obviously to block off anyone playing Little Pit or Library.
Yeah.
But it's still a bit of a mystery why there was no flashbang or anything. Just anything to turn that corner, right?
They didn't really have it.
Yeah, maybe that was just...
I think they had, 1 smoke and a flashbang, I said, or maybe 2 smokes and a flashbang. But, you have to use one of them over towards lane, right? Like, you have to use something to help you actually get into the bomb site.
Completely cleaned up in that round. Everything they had put into it. Now they're just going to have to rebuy. They have the round loss bonus. No bomb plant, but 14-6. Star performance coming out of SK right now. And Cold Zero feeling so confident in the middle that he's just going to go for it. Takes down Edward, who's had an unbelievably rough game. As you said, he was playing B, and a lot of the time they just were kind of out of it. But still, if you're going to lose this game, you kind of want to have at least some say.
Yeah, but SK is just working Na'Vi at the moment all across the map. Everywhere SK went on the T side, everywhere Na'Vi goes on their T side, SK is ready for it. Nades coming out towards lane.
How long before they try and knife Cold Zero again, Moses?
I don't even think they're going to get the chance.
They'll never get the chance again? You think?
No.
What if they do have the chance? You think next time it's going to they're going to remember.
I think we should interview Navi after this game, even if they lose, and just say, why? And then pull Zeus up and be like, what did you say about that knife attempt?
Yeah, I would actually... I think Zeus would have no filter in that as well. That would be really interesting. Oh, missed shot from coldzera. Taking a little bit of time to fight him, but they will be successful. Electronic with the headshot now, picking up the AWP as there's 30 seconds left. They need to make their way onto the site, and preferably a little bit quick, because they don't want to lose the round of time. That would be absolutely awful. Trying to see if they can wrap it around. They are being a bit slow. There's Taco gone down inside the bomb site. Bolts every angle imaginable, and he is going to be dropped. That was not going to be an easy defense. Headshot long range, but at least the bomb is in the corner being planted, and now they've locked in. Spray comes in. Fur, if he gets that kill, that just might be the end of the round. Fallen is right on the other side. There's a grenade to force him out, and now it's just on Zeus. 1 versus 1. Spray down from Fallen. I'm not even sure it looked like Fallen didn't even realize. And that will be 15. Match and map point here for SK Gaming. Even when it starts off bad, they still recover.
Ferg gets there so quick on the flank. I have the massive mini map in front of me on a computer screen. I didn't even see it coming, to be completely honest with you. Like I guess that's also part of the problem with the style that Navi runs when they run the clock down so late, is since there's no other option except for that A bomb site at that point, like Ferg can just he can make that kind of a risk. He can push up so incredibly quickly, but really nice job by Bolts getting that 1 kill inside the bomb site, patiently waiting, and then Fallen rotating over. Fallen was kind of frozen in CT spawn for a while because Navi did kind of posture as if it was going to be... Did he get TK'd?
Yeah, he did. And then they ran into a grenade. It's all gone wrong.
Well, they got an opening kill, so not everything's gone wrong. Fallen, though, is 28 HP. Bolts is here, so is coldzera, and Bolts is going to get caught in the transfer over. Actually almost catches Fallen. Look at the re-aggression. Here it comes. There he goes.
They weren't ready for someone to be that close. I was wondering why Fallen was just holding a smoke grenade in the angle, but obviously thought that no one was going to be around the corner. So this was a much better kind of engagement in spite of the team damage and in spite of the grenade encounter. Saving the rifles is all that SK can do. So that will give Navi a 7th round. It's hard to be very excited about that.
No, it is, because you just have such a long way to go. Obviously, 9 map points for SK, down to 8. And they've just been so much outplaying you. This time, I think Navi's kind of like, all right, we got 1, but they were being hyper-aggressive towards Banana when we had 3 players here. Nonetheless, a good round win for Navi. They keep 5 players alive. They can build up some money. They might be able to find Taco if he's hopping around.
Yeah, they got the timing to move past anyway. coldzera caught sleeping just a tiny bit. Taco will get 1. Still dueling away. Bomb is almost about to go up, but they're going to catch him in the last seconds, which is great stuff there. Just get some of the rifles away if you can. It definitely cost them. They could have actually really used that last gun.
Yeah, Fallen's going to take a pause here. This is, I guess, the difference. At 15-7, I think they're talking over where they want to buy here. Because if you invest as SK Gaming in this round, you give chance for Navi to close that gap if you lose it, because you're kind of set back to 0. Then you have to figure things out. coldzera only has 1,600.
Yeah, that's where they needed that M4. That would have been good news.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be more of another one of those kind of buy what you can down to a certain amount, like a limit on how much you can spend. But just some guns that can perhaps make the magic happen. The Mag 7 is out on Fur again. We saw him with that magical triple.
Yeah, maybe we could get some of that. Wonder where he's going to take it. I mean, it's kind of viable on both sides. People sometimes play the B boxes over by the oranges on the B bomb site, so it could be something like that. He's still thinking about it. There we go. Making his way to B. 23rd round, and it would require 8 rounds straight for Navi to bring it into overtime here. That's a pretty big ask. Nothing like that has sort of mapped itself out up until now. In fact, that was the first round they won.
Yeah, I was just going to say. They have not been too successful so far on this half. 3 players in Banana for Navi. Edward and Flamey going to clear out A-holes. That shotgun, though, in the B-bomb site with Fallen Scout, and that is a dirty shot.
Just a scout. Zeus did not even know what hit him. That was scout shot through the fire. Was like just a lot of stuff obscuring his view, but didn't even really matter. Now they have to worry about that when they go B. Like, they have to think about the fact that the scout is going to be there. And are they going to be focused on the close range Max 7? They don't have any Molotovs to get rid of Fur in this position, which is the first problem. Otherwise, that would be a good solution to the problem, but they don't have them. 40 seconds now. It looks like they want to re-engage. If Fallen gets a shot here, that surely is going to consume the entire Na'Vi team. We're just worrying about him. And that dreaded scout walking in. Electronic might be the first target for it. Indeed, he's going to go straight down. Double headshot so far. A little bit of a body shot coming in. There's another one taking down Flamey. And it's pretty much all over here. Simple, the last one in the 1 versus 5. And he drops. Fallen gets 4 kills in that round. And that will be the end. 16-7 in favor of SK Gaming as they drop Na'Vi in 2 maps and make it out of the group into the playoffs. What a player.
Yes, those were nice shots. He was helped out. I don't know why Na'Vi decides to re-attack the scout and just like walk into the bomb site nonchalantly. Like, throw some utility, go in there quick. Don't just walk around the corner. Either way, you know, Na'Vi's looked much better in this tournament up until this series, I think. But I guess in a certain way, you can't necessarily fault them about everything, considering this is one of the best teams in the world. Certainly, if they're not your number 1 team in the world, they're their number 2.
Yeah.
But I think the real lesson to take away for Na'Vi is back to Cobble, where it's just like, if you are playing a team of this caliber, you do not give them a chance to get back into the game. You make sure they have to earn it every step of the way. But that knife, I think, kind of haunts this series in terms of them losing Cobble.
And also, I suppose, if you, as you said in interviews, you feel like you're not emotionally that stable, don't put that kind of bomb under your team that will just, you know, explode everything and all of the strength goes away in 1 round. That's definitely a little bit rough.
Yeah, this was so sick from Fallen. What a great round with the scout. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Why are you walking? Simple's got a smoke and 2 flashes. Flamey's got a flashbang. They're not getting used in this. Like, why was that not used before the execute? You're not utilizing all the tools you have to properly take over a bomb site and properly put yourself in a position for success.
Yeah, there's going to be...
don't knife people.
Don't knife people.
Let that be a lesson, all you aspiring pros. Only Config is allowed to be ridiculously bold when he knifes people.
Yeah, we've given him permission.
Yeah, he gets a pass.
And only because it worked once.
So, only because it worked. He would have been destroyed if that didn't work.
Yeah, that would have probably been a quick end to the career. It's yeah, what a way to end the day. I mean, I thought we maybe see a little bit more of the Na'Vi. Didn't really happen this time. SK looking incredibly strong, so you have to just look forward to seeing them in the playoffs.
Yes.
We'll go to break, then we'll go to the desk. Stay with us.
Lootbet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join Lootbet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join dreamteam.gg today.
Again, Guardian keep making it happen this time. It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible. Anything is possible!
You still always a monster, Tom!